Welcome to Coffee and Comics, and with me tonight is Wincy Ong, and we're going to be talking about films. We're going to be talking about films based on non-superhero comic books. Hey, Wincy.
Hello, LC. Thanks for having me here.
Thank you for coming over, man.
Love your place here. Love your place.
But we are shooting on location here at Coffee and Comics. It's in number 23 Panay QC. You guys check it out. You can hang out here. You can hang out with us. We can discuss
Great place
more.
to hang out if you're in Quezon City.
And I wanna shamelessly plug your book.
Yes,
this
thanks.
is Tales for a Rainy Season by you. You did all the writing for this.
It's 12 stories of horror fiction and weird fiction, all set during the rainy day season in the Philippines.
And it's a perfect partner for the rainy season.
Yeah.
Lalo na ngayon, umuulan-ulan, so it's nice to just go.
So if you like Stephen King, if you like Twilight Zone,
I love Twilight
Black
Zone.
Mirror.
I love
This is like Pinoy Twilight Zone. That's my
love it.
pitch.
Sold. And you can check it out. I have a copy here in Coffee and Comics, and we'll be probably selling some of your copies here also. With,
It's also available on Shopee and Amazon Kindle.
there you go, guys. Anyways,
Check it out.
our topic tonight is non-superhero comics, films that were based on non-superhero comic
comics,
books. So, what was your favorite? Okay, let's do it. Let's do what we did last time. Me and Doy, we did 5
Back and
versus
forth?
5.
Yeah.
So, okay, you can start.
So wait, so 5 versus 5, we can't repeat.
Sana wag na.
Sana wag na. Pero wait, before that, what makes... Let's define terms.
Nice.
What is non-superhero comic?
Okay, I think non-superhero una, I don't think they need a costume.
Okay.
Diba? Dapat hindi costume. Unless it's a military kind of story na you have a uniform. Pero like a superhero costume, I think that's all that ano na yan, disqualified na yan. Secondly,
Non-DC, non-Marvel.
non-DC, syempre normal kasi hindi na tayo matatapos pag Marvel pa lang. We go on forever. So yeah, so we can do.
Pero there is one Marvel movie that's sort of non-superhero.
Ang dami. There's a lot.
Marami ba?
There's a lot. There's a
Well,
lot.
what comes to mind is Howard the Duck, 1987.
You remember that film?
I love that's one of my entries actually. Yeah.
Ang bastos ni Howard the Duck. Actually, it's one of my favorite characters. It's sad na hindi na siya ganun kasikat na yun. Ano?
Yeah.
Who was the girl there?
Leah Thompson.
And he
So anyway, so my first entry, non-superhero, yeah.
Sige,
it's Howard the Duck from 1987.
That's funny. I love that film. I remember having Leah Thompson having sex with a puppet.
Yeah. Pero hindi naman, parang it gets that bad rap, pero it's a really, I think it's actually quite a good film.
It is.
I'm not saying it ironically, or I'm not saying it like it's a cult classic na like The Room or
I think it is.
It was actually pretty good.
I think it's a cult classic now. I think there's a lot of people who are. I was able to see a group in Facebook before na Howard the Duck fans.
No, I'm a fan of the movie and the comic book, and I think this one is maganda yung ano niya. It's strange. It's a Spielberg movie. Yung ano niya, yung what's this yung
parang Zemeckis kayong dating.
Oh,
diba?
exactly.
Parang ganun yung dating eh.
80s special effects.
Did you read the comic book first before you watch a film, or you watch a film first?
I never thought it was a comic book. I didn't know it was the first Marvel movie actually.
Was it?
It was.
Marvel, pero hindi siya Marvel Studios. It was Marvel sanctioned.
Yeah.
Pero it was, who was the studio for that?
I think Amblin pa.
Amblin pa.
Yeah.
Oh, Amblin daw.
Spielberg talaga. Oh. I think if I'm not mistaken. Pero yun, tapos the setting is it's in Cleveland. Tapos very punk. It's a punk movie.
Right, I remember.
Leah Thompson had a band.
That's
tapos, Howard the Duck fell from this dimension, from the Duck World. Tapos he fell into the gig place. Tapos yun, gusto ko yun. I love it. I love the 80s as a setting.
And he's a suave duck.
No, actually,
suave. Diba? Di ba siya suave?
Ang gusto ko sa kanya about it. And I'm coming from as a writer, looking at it. Parang there's an undertone of sadness in the film. Because
how sad?
I showed it to my late wife, to my recently my wife who recently passed, I showed it to her years ago and she couldn't finish the film.
Why?
Because
it was sad.
Yeah, there's an undertone of sadness na parang all the people on Earth wanted to chop him up or experiment on him.
Parang Frankenstein.
Oh, and parang he's such a fragile creature na duck. Tapos my late wife said, I can't finish this because I remember our cat.
How so?
Kasi if our cat could talk, tapos
people
was
will
4 inches high.
Probably.
4 foot high.
People would be afraid.
Would probably afraid or like bully him.
It goes to the...
And there's a sadness out there.
That is sad.
These duck hunters wanted to shoot him.
That's right. Oh, nga, no.
Diba?
See, at that point, at that perspective, I didn't see
so
that.
Parang
that's
there's
right,
also
right.
Yun. Tapos,
it is sad.
Yeah, so there's yung friendship niya na nabuo of all the human beings out here on Earth trying to kill him. It was just Leah Thompson who treated him like a human being.
That's right.
Yeah, and the scientist played by Tim Robbins.
Tim Robbins, oh. Yeah. Ang galing, I didn't see it that way, but you're right, Wincy. It was pretty sad. It goes to human nature that what we don't know, what can't explain, we'll just destroy. Diba?
Tapos what's this? Yeah, it's about human friendship. Tapos ang maganda parang it gets a lot of flack na parang the sex scene between a duck and Leah Thompson, but no, it's actually it was a friendly friendly banter.
Was it, no?
Yeah, na parang
may well, it was made kasi for kids. I think they were still trying to hit on the kid market, no?
Actually, no.
Hindi ba?
It wasn't because I attended, strangely enough, I met Leah Thompson in
was it PG?
It was, yeah.
Holy crap!
It was like parang Ghostbusters. It was the Ghostbusters formula na parang special effects movie for adults.
Oh, I didn't know that. I always thought it was made for kids.
Me too, yeah.
And Howard the Duck, diba? And they were selling like stuffed toys and whatnot. Galing, What I remember is when Leah Thompson touched Howard, his hair just stood up, so it's like a phallic.
Pero after if you watch it again, parang sinabi niya na parang
friendly.
It's
walang mali siya.
We're friends.
Walang mali siya.
Parang I just want to sleep. Parang ganon.
That's good. Okay, that's your 5th entry.
That's my 5th entry.
Okay, hold on. My number 5 is Old Boy.
Oh yeah.
I like the film. Do you like the film better than the book?
I've only seen the film. I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, me also. I never read the manga, the original manga, but when it went Western, it had an English version of the manga.
Oh, there's also a Western version.
Yes, so I was able to read that.
Which is better? I haven't seen the Western one.
I like the Western kasi mas naintindihan ko. I can't read kanji, so I can't read Japanese. So I like that.
I mean, there's an Old Boy movie na American, di ba?
Yeah, the American Josh Brolin, no? Do you like that?
No, I haven't seen it.
I saw it. I iba pa rin, the Korean. I think the actor for that film was really good. I love the fight scene. I think that's one of the best fight scenes ever. And I think Daredevil the Netflix Daredevil did something similar. One shot thing. But iba, diba? That side scrolling fight scene with a hammer. I think that was awesome.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was brilliant. So and the twist of the story also. I think it made you. I think that was my first Eastern Japanese comic book that I really got into. When this come out a couple of years back.
Parang early 2000s, no?
Yeah, tagal na. So I was a bit younger, a lot younger
the
then.
aughts, yeah. It's one of those DVD movies, diba? That you can buy from.
I can't remember where I saw it. Probably DVD or VCD.
Or VCD, yeah.
Or it showed also in TV. I think I don't know where.
It's censored.
Probably. Baka AXN. Baka nung during that time. What's your number 4?
Number 4. Okay. This came out in 2000. The year 2000.
Okay.
Ghost World.
Yeah!
From the Daniel Klaus comic book.
I never read the book. You just saw the film.
Yeah.
What did you read first? What did you see first? The film?
I saw the film first.
Then you read the book.
And then I read the book. I love both.
Where'd you get the book?
From my ex-girlfriend before.
Okay.
Yeah, she had it.
And she got it in the States?
Yeah, she got it in the States. Wala dito, no?
Yeah. You'll never find it here.
So, again, it's ang ganda. It's ano talaga, non-superhero talaga that. It's about female friendship pa.
That's right.
And yun, it's one of my ano rin. It's close to my heart because it's one of my late wife's ano rin, favorite films.
What do you like about the book?
I like the movie better. The Terry Zwigoff movie better. Because the book was, mga parang, both of them, Enid and Rebecca, the characters were very, parang sociopaths na sila eh. And
in the book?
In the book.
Really?
Yeah. The script was better, actually. The movie script was better.
Really?
Yeah.
So si Scarlett Johansson's character dun sa book
they were both not likable.
Oh.
Pero here, parang...
I don't know that.
Tapos diba there was a Steve Buscemi character.
Right.
Si Seymour.
How was he in the book?
He was just a side story there.
Hindi siya main.
Hindi siya main, no.
Talaga. So they really changed it.
Yeah. And ang ganda na parang... there's a bittersweet undertone dun sa kasi parang I watched it when I graduated from college. Tapos that ang ganda nung setting na your first year out of school, parang you're confused, you're looking for jobs,
coming of age.
Tapos you get all these odd jobs, diba? So I could relate dun sa kanila. It's their last year out of high school. Tapos diba, one of them was I think a popcorn machine operator.
Yeah. I think she's Scarlett Johansson yun, diba? And she was getting noticed.
Yeah.
And I related to that. I related to the when I was a kid. I related to Scarlett getting noticed, and I was relating to what's that name of Thora Birch getting kinda side.
So you were like the Scarlett Johansson?
No, I was the Thora Birch. I was the Thora Birch, definitely.
Thora Birch is another movie other than American Beauty.
Yeah. Well, I like her there also, but yeah. Pero at that point, nakita mo maganda na si Scarlett, parang you'll know that this girl is gonna be pretty.
I like, parang kasi I'm not very privy to like female friendships.
How so?
Yung parang, I mean, siguro when I got married with my wife, parang I saw how female friendships work. Pero
it's evil. It's called evil.
Parang it's
called getting each other's
it's
getting
much
the best of each other.
It's much more complicated pala. Parang they're more like sisters.
You mean Girl World? Have you seen Mean Girls?
Yeah. Pero that's what I noticed about it, man. I got a peek into like so this is how female friendships work.
Yeah, it's complicated. Not like guys. We're pretty much simple. We're just this.
They're more
like
intense.
Things.
Parang intense sila yung female friendships.
I guess so. It's scary.
Yeah.
Female friendships is scary. Anyways, so that's your number 4.
Number 4, yeah.
All right, my number 4 is A History of Violence. And I love the book. I read the book first. This is when the first...
I haven't read the book.
This is the few instances that I was a fan already of the original material. And I love the art. It's like these line drawings na magulo.
Squiggly.
Yeah, and I love it. So I was already a fan of the book. Then I heard that there's a movie. And the movie wasn't famous. I don't think it ever came out here.
No.
Baka na HBO lang yan.
Under the radar siya, no?
Under the radar. So sabi nung sa akin, there's a movie. What? So nagulat lang ako.
Parang crime siya. It's a crime movie.
It's a revenge film.
Yeah.
It's a revenge story. Crime also then. And I like the fact that this guy is trying to be quiet. He wants to have a simple life. Then all of a sudden, parang John Wick, di ba? Nag-instant, instinct niya of being a killer and beats up a couple of guys. So before John Wick, I think this was the John Wick before John Wick. So galing. I love it, and I'm still a fan, and I'm bitten. I hope the story,
How is it different from the comic book?
Una, the comics have a lot of elements. Like you'll know there's more motivation for one character. Kasi nga, it's comics naman is always like that.
Yeah.
Whatever is written has more internal monologue.
Right.
So you'll know what that character's thinking more. So that's
whereas film, it's more exterior.
So
you show it through the props, through the costume, through the dialogue.
So yun yung main difference. So you know the motivation of every character, especially the protagonist, more so than the film. The film's great. The film's fast. It's fast-paced. Viggo Mortensen's a great actor.
Oh, he is.
Diba? But,
What movie was that? I really like. My favorite movie of mine was the one with he had a fight scene, a naked fight scene in a shower.
Viggo Mortensen?
Oh, Eastern Promises.
I haven't seen
I
it.
haven't seen that. That's pretty.
I like the road. That's one of my favorite. Viggo
I haven't
Mortensen.
seen that. I heard good things.
Really gut wrenching though. But that's one of my favorite Viggo Mortensen films. So now starting siya. Galing yun. Galing yung daruta. But that's not based on a comic book. Sana it was, no?
Yeah.
Anyways, what's your number 3?
Number 3 is a Spielberg movie.
Okay, what?
Tintin.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen the Tintin movie. But I've heard good reviews.
But it's not.
Watch it. It's really good.
Sabi nga nila, it's
Really good. Kind of creepy pa yung it's got that Polar Express
There you go.
The thing.
what do you call that? Uncanny Valley effect.
Got it.
Because
Plus, sorry, Wincy, si Tintin there is already parang in his 20s, right?
Yeah.
Siya kid dyan eh. Kasi may baril siya eh. Yun yung may scene doon na pumunot siya ng gun eh.
So pinatanda siya dito sa film.
yeah, slightly in his 20s.
Oh,
Kasi diba
okay.
he's a teenage reporter.
Right.
Tapos, parang Steven Spielberg is the ideal director kasi Indiana Jones.
That's
diba?
right.
He's like a precursor for Indiana Jones naman.
He probably got the influence from Tintin growing up.
Yeah,
Obviously,
of course.
diba? He was probably reading Tintin na.
Tapos all these European diba, parang adventure stories set in Europe. Tapos it's really well made. There was this one action scene there na it's all in one shot.
Galing.
Tapos it looks like a live action comic book talaga.
Galing. I'll have
Check it out,
I have
yeah.
to watch it. And were you a Tintin fan? Were you?
Oh yeah,
reading-
massive Tintin.
Do you have like omnibuses?
No. I just read it online and in our libraries at school before.
Oo.
Pero even the way I draw, parang
Style Tintin.
parang because my favorite comic book artist is one of them is Frank Whiteley,
Oh, I love him.
and
I love him so
I
much.
was so I was asking my friends parang where did Frank White what do you call that style? Because when I first saw Frank Whiteley comic book, it was the new X-Men. So
Right.
I was looking at the lines. I was really kasi when you see a Frank Whiteley artwork, that's your eyeballs would
I love
don't
it.
know would
One of my
dilate.
favorite
And
artists.
so I was looking. I've seen this before. So I was asking.
You figured that. You figured that.
Yeah, parang what were his influences? So a friend of mine told me, Eon Flux. His work looks like Eon Flux or MTV Liquid Television. Yeah, it does. Pero sabi ko, older.
Much
And then I
older.
said, Hergé. And then I said, what about Tintin Hergé? And then I saw, yeah, he draws like Hergé also.
So was that really his influence?
Yeah.
Galing.
Like detailed backgrounds,
I love
even
it.
the way he draws the trees and
And the facial reactions.
Yeah, exactly.
Diba? All-Star Superman.
yeah,
That was
exactly.
amazing. That was like one of my favorite books.
And the level of details. diba?
Galing yun,
You read Tintin ba? No, not really.
Not really. I've never got into Tintin when I was a kid. I went through it. I was a fan of Asterix more
Yeah.
so than Tintin or Calvin and Hobbes.
Pero all these European kasi, ang ganda ng flavor eh.
Diba?
Tsaka ang laki nila. They're bigger than the average comic book, diba?
Yeah, they're iba. We were talking about that kanina, that iba-iba talaga yung cut, and I think the Philippines...
European kasi, when I went to Europe with my late wife before, we went to the comic book shops. I observed na yung comics sa European market are much more bigger in size
bigger cut.
than bigger cuts
Because
than
they were-
American and manga. And manga is really small.
No, I think the reason for that is European comics are called magazines.
Right.
They
Or
were
albums.
They were being sold in magazine stands.
Right.
So parang the same cut would be uniform for the
Right.
for the racks, diba?
And seeing a comic book that big is wow. It's a
love it.
different kind of experience.
I know, it's just hard to pocket.
Yeah.
That's the only
It's hard to
reason.
carry in your luggage.
That's the only hard part. But I like reading the bigger mediums.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Snowpiercer.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, really?
I haven't.
The movie.
I haven't seen the movie. But wait, but that's a comic book.
That's It's originally a French comic book.
Oh shit, by
It's
who?
so good. I forgot the writer of the French comic book, but Bo Joon-ho was obviously a big fan, and he made it into a movie. I
know the concept. That it's a train movie, diba?
Yeah, it's a train that's post-apocalyptic, and it has to keep moving. Ang ganda ng concept because if they stop moving, they'll freeze.
Right.
So the whole point of mobility is life. Galing, no? Ganda, no? And there's social dynamics to the train. In the movie, there was just two.
Yeah, there's like a caste system.
There's a caste system. So you have the aristocrats in the front, and you have the tailies. They call it the tailies, the poor people in the end. And it's very
pretty much like the Philippines also.
Very much so. It's a social commentary on society.
Nice.
That's just it. But I like the book better at this point because it really delved into the characters. This one, meron din naman in the movie. I'm not talking about the series. I really haven't seen the series.
Is the series as good?
I tried watching the first season. It's a whodunit eh. It's a para ang daming subplot within the movies, in the series. So at that point, I'm not really a fan of too much subplot.
Right.
I want one plot and
Me too. Yeah.
keep me steady to that.
Yeah.
The movie has that one plot. It's a revolt. It's an uprising against the aristocrats. Na parang okay, we're not gonna look at these clowns.
Poor versus rich.
Yeah, basically that's it. And but when you think about it, ito yun eh. Okay, sure. The poor revolts and they feel they're mistreated, and that's right. But they weren't really supposed to be there.
Right.
It was really made for the aristocrats. Kumbaga, sige, sumama na kayo, pero dyan lang kayo. Oh, basta sumama na kami.
Yeah.
But now, you already have access to the train. You want equal rights, but you weren't supposed to be there. So it's a question of what's right, what's wrong.
That's true.
Diba? Pero, is there really what's right or what's wrong? Is there really good or bad? At that point, it nullifies the whole concept of which, kasi nga, it's all survival. Galing.
Galing,
No? It's amazing. And the comic book was so good because the characters haven't seen the sun because tail end in one the protagonist hasn't seen the sun in so long for years dahil nga nandun sila sa stock room para lang sila nilagay dun sa likod. So when he goes in front and he sees the sun rise, he was crying.
Oh my God.
Like, I haven't seen this. And these assholes, these rich bastards, see that every day and they take it for granted. It's a take on us. I'm like, what the hell? We take it for granted all the time, every day.
I kind of like science fiction stories na yung MacGuffin nila, yung quest nila is sunlight.
I love it also, yeah.
Like if you watch the new Alien
Romulus?
movie, Alien Romulus.
Yeah, we just saw it last night.
That's their quest.
The protagonist quest was she was
to see sunlight. Yeah,
because she was born in a mining
bunker.
colony.
Yeah, parang ganun. Parang oh, kasi parang wow, parang we see sunlight. We hate the sunlight here in the Philippines.
We have too much of it.
Yeah.
But some people
Pero
will
parang,
kill for it.
Yeah. The wonders of science fiction, diba? Makes you think.
It makes you think, and I love it. I think Snowpiercer was probably the influence.
Kasi diba usually dystopia, diba? Parang food. It's a quest for food or for like I don't know, reproductive rights or something.
Right.
Pero ito sunlight, wow, that's so basic, diba?